What's going on, everybody? Taylor from Full Tilt Reptiles back with our first vlog of 2026, and I just wanted to do a video reflecting back on what it was like for 2025. Kind of go for a few things of how our 25 season went, what we're going to be doing looking forward to 2026. So just getting right into it, I just wanted to look back on our 2025 season, and actually it was one of our best years, or it was our best year for our sales and for our income for FTR. So our gross profit, our net income, all of that was actually our best year in 2025. Now, with that being said, we actually had the least amount of clutch total for 2025 as well. So a little bit of good, a little bit of bad. It was our worst year for production with the geckos and the snakes. So unfortunately, we didn't really produce a lot, but we had leftovers from 2024 and very early stuff from 25 that we were able to sell throughout the year. We actually moved some bigger females that we didn't need anymore, some juvenile stuff from projects that we're just kind of switching our goals for. So we were able to still sell a lot of animals, which is good, but it would have been better if we could sell some of our stuff that we actually produced in 25, which we didn't have a ton of. We had a little bit, but it was by far our smallest breeding season over the past like 10 years when we're actually looking at it as a business. As much as we've been doing it for 15 years, obviously a lot of that wasn't as an actual business. Going into what we did for numbers wise in the sense of money, we actually did really, really well. Again, we did our best sales year ever in the amount of money we brought in. We did really, really well this year on keeping our expenses down. So our margins were a lot better this year, and that's something that we're going to look forward to doing even better in 2026. Just finding ways to save money, whether it be getting bulk items, whether it just be kind of figuring out what works good and not having to overspend on things. Obviously, it's a business, it's going to cost money, but to keep your margins as well as possible is what we're looking to do for 2026. Now, when it comes to 2025 for our geckos, we actually got out of leopard geckos. We're just going to be going back to doing all crested geckos. So we're no longer be doing any leopards. And that was one reason why our sales were so good for 25, is that we were able to sell all of our 2025 and before that stock of leopard geckos. So we have no other geckos other than the crested geckos now, which I'm not really upset about, because the leopard geckos, as much as they're amazing animals, they're really hard to get stacking with the genetics. And that's of course one thing that I love to do, is I love being able to play with genetics. And leopard geckos, just there isn't as much of a variety, and it's a little bit different than what we do with the leopard gecko or the crested geckos and the ball pythons, of course. So we moved away from those. We're going to be focusing a lot heavier this year on the crested geckos. So you should see a lot more videos and production of stuff that we're going to be doing for crested geckos. I do want to do YouTube videos of just our crested geckos, because that's something we really haven't done in the past. So I'm going to be looking to do that for 2026. And then of course, we're looking to have our biggest year in 2026 for our ball pythons. So whether it be for sales, for production, for the amount of variety we have in our clutches, it's going to be a really, really good year. I'm very excited for 2026. This is, I wouldn't say a make it or break it year, but this is going to determine what FTR looks like for the next 5 to 10 years. So really excited on what that's going to look like for 2026. As you can see here, this is all of our pairings that we're getting ready for. We're expecting, I'm going to do about 35 pairings for 2026. I'm hoping to get 20 clutches. That'll be a happy number for me. If it ends up being a better ratio and I get more percentage of girls that lay, that's okay. We will be selling some more females out of our adult rack. We don't carry a ton of adults. I don't want to do 50, 60 clutches a year at this point. I would like to stay around that 20 to 30 clutch range, and then kind of be filtering stuff out, because I really don't want to just be producing stuff just to produce stuff. I really want to produce the top quality, and then the stuff that isn't our holdbacks or our really, really high-end stuff, that's the stuff we'll use at shows. That's the stuff we'll be able to do for pets. I do have some really good ideas for our pet market animals for 2026 that I'm going to reveal in a later video, kind of breaking it down of how I'm going to go about show animals and pet quality animals, because I do like to do a lot of pet stuff, even though it takes a little bit more time and it's harder to find the right people all the time. You have to do a lot more messages, you have to talk to a lot more people, you have to answer a lot more questions, which I love doing. So navigating through that for 2026, we have some really cool ideas for our local market, for Canada in general, and getting some really, really nice pet quality animals into the hands of more people, which only brings more people into the hobby. So really excited and looking forward to that. And then when it comes to our puzzle, we should have the biggest puzzle year we've ever had, the biggest tri-stripe year we've ever had. Even for pieds, it should be our best pied year, which is something that we've really been focusing over the past 10 years. Pied's been our number one. That's still going to be really good for us this year, but our puzzle and our tri-stripe stuff is going to be probably the biggest kind of percentage of what we're going to be producing this year. And then of course, clown, we're going to be doing hypo, DG, and all that stuff mixed together. So really looking forward to 2026. One of the animals that I'm most excited at producing right now is going to be something along the lines of like a Cypress Enchi hypo puzzle. Really looking forward to get Cypress into our hypo puzzle. Really looking forward to get Desert Ghost and hypo into our tri-stripe, and then some Codoms mixed in there as well. That's a little bit of a farther game that we're playing. We still have some leftover stuff from 25 for sale. So if you guys are looking for anything in those projects, whether it be tri-stripe, hypo, DG, puzzle, we have a couple things left in our pied lavender project as well. So if anyone's looking for those animals, feel free to reach out. And then the last thing I will say is, because we have no eggs on the ground yet for 2026, and we're going to be probably another month or so potentially before we start getting eggs, I do have another idea of what we're going to be doing for videos for the meantime. So starting next Friday, we're going to be producing a little mini series that we're going to do just to get us in from 25 season to the 26 season of breeding. So while we don't have eggs on the ground, we're going to be showing off some really cool stuff that we have, a little series that we're going to be doing over the next let's call it 2 to 3 months, just until we get the eggs and hatching and all that stuff started rolling. So look forward to that. Again, next Friday, we are really set on hitting 52 YouTube videos this year. That is like a huge goal of mine. Every single Friday, we're going to be dropping a video. So this is the first Friday of the year all the way to the very last Friday of the year, I'm really hoping to be able to produce 52 YouTube videos. So every single Friday at 12 o'clock, we're going to be dropping a video, and I'm going to try and stay on that schedule the entire year. It's going to be a grind. It's going to be the first year I've made anywhere close to that amount of videos. I've done a lot of videos in the past, 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago. I was pretty good at posting videos, but I've let that slide, and that's something for 2026 I really want to do. So look for 52 FTR videos this year, and hopefully as the year goes on, maybe we can sprinkle some more into there. We're also still going to be doing our egg cutting videos and all that, but 52 main vlog videos. So look forward to that. Again, starting next Friday, and of course this video is going to drop on a Friday, so we're going to be doing that. And if anyone has any questions, if anyone wants to talk about goals for 2026, we're here. We're really excited, and starting next week, we're going to be getting right into it. So hope everyone has a wonderful 2026. I'd love to hear how your 25 went. Make sure you guys drop a comment, like, share, subscribe like always, and have a wonderful 26, everybody.